What's up, yo? We rockin' with the middle room on the 2K20, y'all. The 2K20 season 1, episode 64. Let's get right into it, y'all. It's lit because Devin Collison about to be taking a turn shot, so yeah, it's lit. They don't got Patrick Beverly here. Alright, y'all, so we're gonna sing, man.
Yeah, hey. Look, yeah. Dude like Robin. Rolex diamonds, penny flip flops, I'm styling. Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Hey, I do like Robin.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express.
Y'all see them
Dress like a pro.
You 61-1, y'all. Alright, sweet.
We are nearly.
Well, we all
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
And now the Lakers starting group. Jay out there with Davis. Then there's Smooth. Then it's G, and it's Prince in at the 2. And for the Clippers, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Collison is out there with Williams, and Harrell's in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now
Come
here's
on,
Collison.
Collison.
Leonard kicks to Collison.
Nope.
Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Oh, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Here's Collison. A 3 from Leonard. Buries it from 3-point range. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your guards and your quicker players to slash and find those gaps.
Leonard draws the double. Pass to Harrell. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked, but the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building, not a good move.
Collison for 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it left. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Collison with it. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Just 3 to shoot. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Stop putting the ball out of bounds, bro. Come on. So you can get it, bro.
In the corner, George with it. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Oh, George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Smooth. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here is Williams following the bucket by the Lakers. Pass to Leonard from the low block. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Here's Smooth. Oh! And he dunks it down.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Up top, Leonard. 14 points from him the last game against the Rockets in Houston. Williams up on top. Lob pass to George. That one, no good. And the Lakers take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Outside Leonard, the three.
Oh my
Three-pointers
God.
right on target. Leonard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers.
Oh, man.
Here's Smooth, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And there's Darren Collison on the assist by George.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Smooth. Right D that time for
Bro,
her.
Defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Williams can't hit. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. They put up a nice one against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
And the Clippers call time here. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
George against James. There's the pass to Smooth. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Here's Smooth. Doubled by Collison. Right wing. He can't get it to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Off target from 3-point range.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him.
Wow!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Now here's Williams. For that win against the Rockets, he's another guy who really showed up to play. The dish to George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Clippers trail by 4. Inside, here's Collison on a piece of it.
His shooting this quarter has to be a concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Chalk up 2 there. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever.
Too much.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even
I'm
a
gonna take one,
better
Will.
finish.
See, I know the go
Just
to him.
seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Collison, the pass to Harrell. Back to Collison. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
You know, not a good start for him offensively. Just 2 of 8 from the field, but his confidence has not waned.
Oh my God, bro. What's my... I'm not
So
certain.
quick off his feet, Montrezl Harrell with a nice rejection.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
No, I'm done.
Outside Collison. Leonard on the wing.
Come on,
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. You know, Brett, there may be more of an emphasis on team defense than ever before. Who are some of the better help defenders that you've scouted in the NBA?
I put Rudy Gobert #1 on this list because when you think about help defense, usually you're yelling it from the perimeter. And the reason that you're yelling it, Kevin, is that the player that you were trying to instruct or move a certain way has gotten by you. And the help call out is for somebody to be at the basket. Rudy Gobert does that better than anybody in the league. That's why the Utah Jazz have a chance to grow and go deeper into the playoffs. They got a back line of defense, and Gobert was pretty tremendous.
I love the guys.
Whoa.
Beverly might be in this category. Smart might be in this category. They can guard down low. They give a little hedge out top, and they get back down again where you're supposed to be.
Well, those guys do a great job of harassing out there.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different in terms of help defense, on-ball defense, the way that Beverly and Marcus Smart and Paul George to that end are able to pester guys. That's one thing. But I'm yelling help because something's gone terribly wrong. Give me Gobert to fix that.
Here's Smooth.
With the whole shit.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. The Clippers in the lead. Collison, the pass to Zubac. Pass to Shamet. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Smooth. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Smooth's got 26 points.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Prez with the bucket.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Outside Collison. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into
I'm
no coverage.
That bucket in no time at all. And now a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Collison the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. Timeout called the Lakers. Maurice Harkless is checked in for the Clippers. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Bryant is checked in for Smooth. Smooth check in for the Lakers. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
It's tipped, and here again, Los Angeles in transition. They go.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Clippers trail by 8.
Yo, man, this is a close game.
Shamet the pass to Zubac. Dishes it to Collison. Back to Zubac. Harkless on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Collison. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
See, I know the big team coming in. So look at this dude.
Outside Collison. Lays it up off the glass. Collison's got 6.
She's shooting 30%.
Here are the Lakers. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Smooth. Oh,
man.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Passes it to Green. 6 to shoot. Now Harkless. No points in the game yet for him. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Lakers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Collison kicks to Harkless. Back to Collison. Just 3 on the clock. Green. And Green is right there.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to make.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
Oh my God, David, don't take that shot.
Left to play, but This one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Green. Andrew Shamet is out there with Collison. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
It's super slow motion looking at it.
And it's still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard. Somebody,
what I
not
think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 or 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wrong? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed. Fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me.
I'm gonna ask you once. I'm coming in, dude.
Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet, and it's Williams in for Darren Collison. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Wade's checked in. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Green. Smooth checked in for Los Angeles. They need this. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Los Angeles leading by 15. Here's Smooth. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
George passes to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Prez.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just
another bucket. Wow.
50 points for him yet again. And I feel privileged to watch this guy go to work this season.
Now he is pulled even for the 2nd most 50-point games in a single season. What a year it's been for him.
And to match 30 games of 50 points or more in a single season, it's unreal. That was a number that prime Wilt Chamberlain established back in 1963.
George finds Zubac. Now Harkless. Outside, George. And that time, also a missed shot.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. For Los Angeles, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Williams can't get it to go.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And stolen by Kuzma.
That was my steal.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, the spinorama. Do you know what kind of athlete you have to be to pull off that 360?
Oh, remarkable, Greg. Truly remarkable. Now the Lakers on the break for the finish. And another one falls. Amazing.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
What the hell? He taking no touch shots.
Pass to Leonard. To end the cold streak. And James pulls it down.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it. Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night. Well, he's just really struggling right now, and with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Here's Smooth, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. The Clippers shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Williams from outside, hands it from downtown.
Well, you got to honor Lou Williams' shot from deep, especially if he's got other things going offensively. Has a great feel for when to pull the trigger.
And Kuzma slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And it's the Clippers' ball. On the wing, Williams for the three. That ball, nice feed that time from Jordan. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much
I'm 20
better.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Right side, Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Over Prince, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
It's Kuzma top the key. Shoots from the baseline. Again, what an avalanche. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Another steal. Here's the break.
Here's
Smooth. And that one is hammered home.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And the Lakers with some changes. Jay comes in for LeBron. And James subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Harrell kicks to Zubas. Back to Harrell. Outside Williams. With the teardrop, and Davis sends it back.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Smooth. Oh, good with the triple. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
All right, dude.
Shot clock at 6. Zubac trying to break loose. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways that can hurt you offensively.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
But we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now, here's Zubac. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston. Outside, George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A shot by Williams, no good. And at Kentucky, Davis mostly an interior player, but he maintained Brent.
Bro, every time when I lean low, I
lose. Of more than he showed in college.
There's no question about his skill set, and in the NBA, the opportunity, along with the transition of the NBA game, and especially the center position, he seems to be coming along at the appropriate time to show all of his wares off, Kevin.
Zubac the pass to Harrell. Shot to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The Michael Jordan.
Have we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Kicks it to George. There's 1:54 left to play here in the half. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 11 points.
Well, Paul George does have unlimited range, kind of getting into that mode where one of those guys you have to guard when he gets over half court.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Here's Smooth. Kept alive.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Los Angeles guys shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. And he goes in for the dunk.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
And here is Harrell. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Rockets in Houston. That one goes in. That's now 8 points for Williams.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Bro,
Paul George grabs the miss.
George
has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard.
That
shot off the mark. Great D that time from James. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Smooth. And good. There's another.
81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. Here's Williams. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Williams has got 10 points in the quarter.
Just shredding the defense in the pick and roll. Lou Williams only needing just a little bit of space to work.
And so it's Los Angeles with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. And guys, for Los Angeles, Kenny, what's your take?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else. Their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Smooth out there with Prez. Then there's Jay. Then it's G. And it's Davis in at the 5 spot. Here's Smooth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Lakers have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George double teamed. Fires the 3. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by George. Williams has got 13.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A moment here to check out some numbers for Prez. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging about 19 points per, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Another steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Leonard against James. Now here's Leonard. Tight defense on him. And foul on the and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Thursday, the Houston Rockets will come into town.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Prez. Here's Smooth. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Collison dishes to Leonard. The 10-footer. The rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. To the middle, uncovered, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
How's that a foul?
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77%.
Bro, Kobe, I'm not
Michael Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Lou Williams. And then for the Lakers, Prez comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Bryant in for Smooth. Los Angeles calls timeout. Smooth checked in for Bryant. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. The Clippers in second.
Both of these teams are going to have to really take care of the basketball because they're both making a killing scoring off those turnovers.
Now the pass to Smooth. Good, that's another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Here's Smooth. He's covered by Collison. And Davis can't get it to go.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words what he is able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time on a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Paul George. That one good for 2.
And I like that they're not settling, hitting the ball on the interior. 8
dunks I get, bro. I got 32 dunks. 32
of their last 10 coming that way.
Here's Leonard. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. There's the lob to Prez. Scored by Collison.
Oh my God.
Here's Shamet. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's Smooth. He's covered by Collison. And the layup's good off the glass.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive. Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win. Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. James checked in for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Smooth. LeBron James. Here's Collison. Rebound the Lakers. Prez has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Oh, that's offensive interference. Smooth checked in for the Lakers.
Wow. Wow.
The Clippers shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Looking to get it going, and Davis sends it back.
Love that D from Davis. Rises up and swats that shot away.
He dialed that one up from long distance.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And the basket by Collison.
After not having a 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now this second half, and he looks hungry for more.
Chance to check out the stats for Smooth. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. Tops in scoring, first in steals, and of course he's the #1 shot blocker.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play. And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
Now here's Collison. D right on him. Pass to Shamet. Knocks it loose. The Clippers again turning it over.
The ball goes to Los Angeles.
And so James will bring it up. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. To the paint, here's Collison. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collison's got 9 points here in the second half.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Doubled by Collison. Feeds it to Prez. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Lets it go. Offensive rebound. And it's Green missing.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
Now the Lakers on the break. Hits it again. Wow.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And Los Angeles guys shooting around 40% from the floor here. Outside Collison. Passes it to Harkless. Here's Zubac. Shot clock at 5. Green kicks to Zubac. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kobe's checked in for Anthony Davis. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Smooth. Here's Prez. And finished off by Prez.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Over in the corner, Harkless. From deep. But they'll get another chance. The feed to Collison. And he uses the glass on the layup. Collison's got 17.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Prez. And finish off by Prez.
Oh, he's just flexing his muscles on that slam.
Oh, he wanted these people to hear that one.
Oh, boy.
The Clippers shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And the foul called on Prez. That's his third foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Darren Collison. And the Lakers also making a switch. Smooth checked in for Dwayne Wade. 5 on the clock. Back to Harkless. Over Bryant. The shot off that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Harrell against James. Connects again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Outside Williams. Another steal.
Boy, I got my takeover again.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Prez with the bucket.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Harkless with it, working on Bryant. Harkless the pass to Green. Harrell with it. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And that one's good. Shamet.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Lakers shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Here's Smooth. And again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. 1:02 left in the third. Here's Williams. He's got 13. It's deflected.
What? Keep playing with.
Here's Smooth. Rebound by Harrell. Here's Shamet, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
How's that a foul?
What a play there. The hoop plus the arm.
George is checked in for Maurice Harkless.
Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants to.
Oh, wow. Most players would give anything for that kind of vertical.
But he's not giving it away. He wants to keep it all for himself.
Maybe we should call the maintenance crew. He's trying to tear the rim off.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. In the corner, Shamet with it. The three. Kuzma pulls it in. 11 feet away. Again, Los Angeles.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Now George. With one on the clock. Offline. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top. Just dominating this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
Get over there. Snake the ball out your hand.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And we reach the 4th quarter, and a game that may be already out of hand. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Prez is checked.
Oh!
Yikes. And that's a rugged play.
gracious. No run-of-the-mill stuff there. No. Fellas, putting something extra on it.
Greg, can you believe that? My goodness.
And this can deflate the other team. They need to answer back strong.
George against McGee. Pass to Patterson. And it's Magruder in the corner. Clock at 6. Over Prez. No good off the back of the rim.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
The Clippers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Another steal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Give draft the points.
And it's Robinson that time on the assist by George. Robinson's got his first 2 points.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
They double him with George. Howard, the pass to Smooth. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Patrick Patterson. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up
with
for that.
Courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin, and there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be 2 pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the games. And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Here's Smooth, guarded by Robinson. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. To the inside. And yes, it's good.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Here's Smooth.
Lightning.
That was incredible.
It's too much. It's just too much.
His teammates are falling all over each other. Look at them.
If you're the other team, you got to take that personally. Don't let them get the best of you.
Howard with the steal.
Sir.
And here we go. Lakers running again.
With the windmill.
Throw it down with a flourish. Guys, windmill that baby home.
Oh, you're right. And he does it on the reverse just for good measure. On the wing, George. Fades away. They grabbed their own miss. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall.
With the windmill, boy.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Smooth. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Robinson. Los Angeles with another miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the 4th quarter. Really getting it done. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And from distance, no less. What an amazing pass.
That's about as long an alley-oop pass as you're going to see.
That's that long alley.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential. They put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
The 3 from George. Drills it from outside.
You would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Offensive rebound, McGee. Another shot, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Hard to deny many of the skills that Dwight Howard brings to the floor on a nightly basis. Not just a force on defense, but has those nights on offense where he can be imposing as well.
And the Clippers making a change here. Collison's out there. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Los Angeles. James comes in for Smooth. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush. And so Collison will bring it up for Los Angeles. And James pulls it down. James has got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's the 3. Down low.
Hey, I'm Stephen Curry.
Kicks to James. Connects from 3-point range. James has got 7 now in this quarter.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
And he commits the intentional foul.
I'm not sure what that was about. I'm talking about a brain cramp. What happened?
What that was about.
Talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Prez is checked in for Wade.
And
Smooth subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Mo Harkless.
I see how it is.
And it's 6 points for Robinson. And for the Lakers, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field.
Yo.
Here's Magruder.
It's not bad. So
they recover.
It's not even bad.
Kicks it to Robinson.
Yo, I think
4 on the shot.
On the bench.
No good on that one. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Oh, I can't shoot threes.
Here's Smooth.
I can't shoot threes.
And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught.
I think he got to get served out. I think
Robinson down low.
Yeah.
And it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm just going to use Junior James from now on. So he's got to sit on the bench.
Angeles making a switch here. Lions checked in.
I'll fix him back up.
Puts it up off the inbound, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Dwight Howard. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying,
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does it.
It sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 17-6 run. James right side. And it's in there. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Time now for an injury report.
Hey guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Lakers. He's got a pinched nerve in his shoulder, basically a stinger, and he's lost all sense of motion in his arm. And, of course, that would be a brutal loss for this team if he misses any time as they're getting ready for the end of the season. Kevin?
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon.
I'm gonna fix him. I'm gonna fix him, bro.
Subtle thing there, like, Kevin, but Howard's terrific at getting his hand up on that shot. Just a quick challenge, and he puts forth the effort there to contest.
And that one's good, James.
Like, you know I can do that.
And defensively, they are on their heels.
Every time the ball. Alright, wait. So, man, I think, I'm just going. Yeah, of course I'll make the substitution.
Every time the ball comes inside.
And there's the pass to Harkless.
Oh.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, easy call.
And the first one drops. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can. That's an important factor.
Yes. Lakers shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Here's Smooth again, Los Angeles.
And how aggressive has he been on the offensive end? Over half the team's points have been his.
Here's McGruder. At the elbow, it's Robinson. To the right side. Five to shoot. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, from the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
Not in today's game, and not with what's at stake.
Here's Smooth. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
The Clippers shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the fourth. Here's Robinson. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Smooth passes to McGee. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And Los Angeles guys shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Outside Robinson. Pass to Patterson. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Not only that, we're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line for 2.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Well, Patrick Patterson had some great years where he showed his three-point shooting prowess, but if he can get down into the post and score there as well, it's another option for their offense.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Robinson drives in, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting, free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league? As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for James. And it's Bryant in for Prez.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Smooth.
Not sure what else the coaching staff could ask for. He contributed in every facet of the game tonight, racking up a triple-double.
Robinson for 3. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. James. And James throws it down hard.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Passes it to Magruder. Harkless on the wing. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Lakers with some changes. Prez comes in for Danny Green. And Smooth subbed in for James.
You know, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Here's Smooth. And it's Kabengele with the rebound.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Smooth. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Patrick Patterson. First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Poked loose. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
A good game for Carl already. He had 23 points.
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
I had 45 dunks. I got 45 dunks. Ten rebounds, 5 assists, 22 steals. 3 blocks, 5 turnovers, 159 points. And James had 17 points. Chris had 12 points. This was a good game against Clippers.
Grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life, all my life, grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why
next game, we're going against the Brooklyn Nets shot to sleep. Because Kyrie Irving like taking the 12 shots to sleep. Yo, I clipped my wars so good. I got that much juicy. If y'all like this video, man, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on that post notification bell so you never miss an upload, and go follow me on PS4, y'all. Tony 2593. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all in my next video. It's lit.